Hey fam, welcome back to Paper Highlighter, your daily dose of reality TV gossip served hot and a little messy. Let's dive right in because the tea is overflowing today. First up, Jasmine versus Gino has officially hit nuclear levels. She's accusing him of using immigration threats as a weapon during their divorce negotiations. Yes, literally threatening to call authorities if she dared ask for money. TLC couldn't script this if they tried. Meanwhile, over in the Potthast family, patriarch Chuck just survived a grueling 8-hour surgery. Fans were terrified when he posted from his hospital bed, but now he's cracking jokes about his flat stomach and looking more like a survivor than ever. Libby's dad is tougher than steel and viewers are rallying behind him. Next up, can we get an amen? Brandon's dad, Ron, finally did what we've all been waiting for. He told Betty to shut up. Yes, the most hated TLC mom got checked on national TV, and fans are calling Ron a hero for siding with Julia in the never-ending baby debate. And speaking of viral moments, Elise Benson is owning her infamous nip slip like a queen. Instead of hiding, she laughed it off, blamed Tim Malcolm's jacket, and spilled the tea on their canceled date. She's showing us all how to turn a wardrobe malfunction into a power move. Then, this week's Happily Ever After recap was less happily and more train wreck. Cara and Guillermo's marriage spiraled into cheating accusations, slammed doors, and tear-filled ultimatums. Honestly, someone get Maury on the phone. And finally, Tim Malcolm's side hustle is no joke. Forget reality TV paychecks. This man is raking in millions with his custom gun business, treating firearms like fine art. Gold plating, engraving, rare collector's pieces. Tim's basically running the Tiffany's of tactical gear. And that's just the preview, fam. Smash that like, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss the drama. Now let's roll straight into tonight's first story. Immigration threats, a messy divorce, and a pregnancy twist. Jasmine and Gino's breakup saga just hit a whole new level of chaos. 90 Day Fiancé's most combustible couple has gone from open relationship to full-on legal warfare, and Jasmine is spilling the seeds that have fans absolutely floored. Let's set the stage. Jasmine Pineda and Gino have never exactly been TLC's poster children for healthy communication. From the start, their relationship has been a roller coaster of jealousy, trust issues, and those infamous hats. But now Jasmine's pulling back the curtain on what went down behind closed doors, and it's way darker than anyone imagined. According to Jasmine, when divorce talks got ugly, Gino allegedly threatened to use her immigration status as leverage during their divorce negotiations. Yes, you heard that right. She says Gino told her that if she asked for any financial compensation, including her cut of reality TV earnings, he'd report her to immigration. Imagine being in a marriage where your very residency becomes a bargaining chip. Now, here's where things get even messier. Jasmine insists these threats happened before her pregnancy with Matt Brennistoranu. That's right. Before the baby bombshell even entered the chat, their marriage was already done and dusted. She doubled down on Instagram stories just days before the September 14th episode aired, telling fans, "Our marriage was over before I got pregnant with someone else's child." Meanwhile, on the show, viewers saw Jasmine tearfully confess her pregnancy to Gino. Cue the shocked face, cue the awkward silence, cue every fan on Reddit typing furiously, "Wait, is this real life or a soap opera?" And just to pile on the drama, Jasmine claims Gino had already moved on with a new woman, someone named Natalie. According to her, Gino wasn't interested in saving their marriage, even during their stint on The Last Resort Season 2. Remember, that was supposed to be their last chance therapy getaway. Instead, it became a launchpad for them both to start seeing other people. Jasmine got involved with Matt, Gino started dating around, and suddenly an open marriage experiment turned into an open door to divorce court. She also alleges Gino withheld payments during their marriage, specifically from their TLC gigs. That line alone has fans screaming because if true, it means the financial battle was brewing long before any custody or co-parenting complications. And speaking of custody, Jasmine gave birth to her daughter, Matilda, back in March 2025. She's now living with Matt, happily co-parenting and posting cozy snapshots of her new family on social media. Meanwhile, Gino continues to tell people divorce is coming soon. But until that paperwork is signed, they're still legally married. This isn't just reality TV heartbreak. It's the kind of legal and emotional quagmire that shows how complicated international marriages can get when cameras stop rolling. Immigration law, financial battles, personal betrayals, it's all colliding at once. And fans aren't holding back. One Twitter user wrote, "Only Jasmine could turn a love triangle into a legal thriller." Another chimed in, "Gino using immigration as a threat? That's beyond messy." What's crystal clear is that this saga is far from over. TLC is still airing footage, Jasmine is still clapping back online, and Gino is still rocking those baseball caps like nothing has happened. But behind the scenes, it looks like this is a war over money, power, and who gets the last word.
Don't touch that dial because we're not done with family drama just yet. While Jasmine and Gino are battling it out, another 90-day patriarch has been fighting for his health. Up next, Chuck Potthast just shared a hospital update after an 8-hour surgery, and the footage has fans both shocked and relieved. Chuck Potthast has been through a lot over the years, both on and off screen. As the patriarch of the Potthast clan, viewers know him best for trying, sometimes desperately, to keep peace between his kids, especially when Libby's marriage to Andre stirred up non-stop family brawls. But behind the reality TV drama, Chuck has been quietly fighting some serious health battles. Back in 2017, Chuck was declared cancer-free after a frightening diagnosis. Ever since, he's been under close medical watch, going in for regular checkups to make sure the tumor never returned. Fans who followed his journey know he's been a fighter, but his latest update shows just how tough this man really is. Earlier this year, Chuck revealed that he'd been struggling with a hernia, something he'd apparently been dealing with for years. But the story didn't end with a simple procedure. Chuck confessed that after multiple failed surgeries, 4 within just 10 months, his condition worsened. Fast forward to this week when he finally shared the big update. An extensive surgery that was supposed to take 3 or 4 hours ended up stretching into a grueling 8-hour operation. Chuck appeared in a hospital gown, clearly exhausted but smiling bravely as he broke the news in a video to fans. So what exactly happened? According to Chuck, doctors discovered his stomach had essentially collapsed from years of complications. Fixing it required far more time and effort than expected. He told followers, quote, "They had to take a lot of time to fix everything. But here's the silver lining." Chuck proudly added that he finally has his flat stomach back after living with pain and discomfort for years. Fans immediately flooded social media with relief and support. One Instagram user commented, "Glad to hear things went well, Chuck. You've got this." Another wrote, "Prayers up for a speedy recovery. Libby and the grandbabies need you strong." Over on Reddit, a fan thread lit up with people praising his strength, calling him the glue that's always held the Potthast family together. And let's not forget the irony. While Chuck's family has been famous for tearing each other apart over property, weddings, and Andre's fiery personality, Chuck himself has always been the steady rock in the background. Seeing him vulnerable, hooked up in a hospital, has fans realizing just how much he means to the franchise. Adding to the emotional weight is Chuck's openness. Instead of hiding, he recorded and posted the update himself, saying, "I wanted you guys to know exactly how I'm doing." That raw honesty resonated with viewers who've watched him battle through so many storms, both health-wise and family-wise. Now that he's made it through this marathon surgery, the big question is what recovery will look like. Will Chuck step back from filming, or could this be the turning point where we see the Potthast family rally together around their patriarch? One thing's certain, he's earned a break from the stress of on-camera drama.
Keep it locked, because if you thought Chuck's hospital battle was intense, wait until you see the dinner table showdown that finally silenced one of TLC's most infamous moms. Up next, Brandon's dad, Ron, tells Betty to shut up, and the internet is giving him a standing ovation. Let's rewind a bit. Brandon and Julia's storyline has always been tied up with his parents, Ron and Betty.
From the farm chores to their constant commentary on when the couple should start having kids, the meddling has been non-stop. Betty, in particular, has earned herself a reputation as one of TLC's most overbearing moms. So much so that Reddit threads dedicated to her micromanagement have practically become a weekly ritual. Now, fast forward to Happily Ever After, where Brandon and Julia renewed their vows in a beautiful, intimate ceremony. You'd think the focus would stay on romance, but of course, the baby question reared its head again. Cue Betty leaning across the dinner table, reminding Julia yet again that her biological clock was ticking. Julia, who has been open about her health concerns and fears around surgery, gently explained she wasn't ready to go down the road of fertility treatments. Brandon backed her up, saying they had time to make such a big decision. But instead of respecting their boundary, Betty doubled down, pressuring, interrupting, and drowning out Julia's voice. And then came the moment. Ron, usually the quieter parent, finally snapped. In the middle of Betty's rant, he cut in and said, simply but firmly, "Shut up." That two-word clapback sent shockwaves through the fandom. Reddit threads blew up instantly. One fan wrote, "Ron just did what Brandon should have done years ago." Another added, "This is history. Betty finally got checked, and by her own husband." Twitter followed suit with memes popping up showing Ron as a knight in shining armor defending Julia. For Julia, this was a rare moment of support. She's often painted as the outsider clashing with her in-laws, but Ron publicly siding with her gave her a moment of validation. Fans noticed how her face softened after his remark, almost as if she finally felt heard. Meanwhile, Betty's reaction was priceless. Reports say she was stunned into silence, blinking in shock before retreating back into awkward quiet. For someone who's always had the loudest voice at the table, seeing Betty muted even for a second was a rare and satisfying TV moment. And it wasn't just about shutting down nagging. For many viewers, Ron's comment symbolized something bigger. The first time someone within the family publicly acknowledged how intrusive Betty's behavior has been. It felt like a turning point, not just for Julia and Brandon's relationship, but for fans who've wanted to see accountability on the show for years. Even more fascinating is how this moment reframed Ron. He's long been seen as passive or overshadowed by Betty's larger-than-life personality. But this week, he became the unexpected hero, winning praise across fan forums. One TikTok even edited the moment into a dramatic movie trailer, complete with applause and slow-motion zooms of Julia smiling. Of course, the big question now is, will this actually change anything? Will Betty learn to back off? Or was this a one-time outburst from Ron? TLC fans are skeptical, with some joking that Betty probably already has a comeback rehearsed for the next family dinner. And just when you think the awkward family dinners were peak drama, the TLC universe delivered something even wilder. A wardrobe malfunction that went viral. Up next, Elise Benson breaks her silence on that infamous nip slip and drops fresh tea about her canceled date with Tim Malcolm. All right, so here's how it all went down. During the tell-all, Elise wore a risky asymmetrical top, diagonally draped across her chest, bold but not exactly foolproof. As the cameras rolled, she adjusted her outfit, the fabric slipped, and boom, full nip slip. Uncensored, live on TLC. Cue social media exploding with memes, screenshots, and hashtags. Most reality stars would go quiet or act like it never happened, but not Elise. In a new interview, she straight up owned the moment, calling it an icebreaker that actually eased her nerves. Quote, "I was terrified before the tell-all. Weirdly, after that happened, I felt like the worst had already gone down, so I could just relax. That's confidence under fire. But wait, she didn't stop there. Elise threw some playful shade at Tim Malcolm, saying the entire incident never would have happened if he hadn't loaned her his jacket because she was freezing on set. She joked, "Thanks, Tim, this one's on you." Then she dropped more bombshells. Remember that rumored date between Elise and Tim? She revealed the timing was way off, the proposal was awkward, and ultimately it never happened. According to her, filming ended and so did any chance of romance. Instead, Elise opens up about how hurt she was when she learned castmate Carlo had been talking trash about her and Tiffany behind their backs. She admitted, "It was the built-up tension from him trashing the three people he was closest to. I finally just snapped." That kind of behind-the-scenes shade gave fans a clearer picture of why her emotions flared during the reunion. Meanwhile, the internet had a field day with the nip slip. Memes rolled in within minutes. One Twitter user captioned a screenshot, "TLC, totally live chaos." Another fan joked she just became the Janet Jackson of 90 Day. But surprisingly, the comments weren't all harsh. Many viewers praised her for laughing it off instead of spiraling into embarrassment. And let's be real, Elise's reaction might have just saved her from being defined by that one viral moment. By reframing it as funny and empowering, she turned what could have been humiliating into her breakout headline. Some fans even say it made her more likable than ever. As for Tim Malcolm, fans are now roasting him in meme threads, calling him the unofficial cause of the malfunction. Between his jacket cameo in this story and his other headline-making ventures, Tim somehow always ends up in the middle of franchise chaos.
And just when you think a wardrobe malfunction is peak drama, the next episode recap proves otherwise. Relationships are imploding left and right. Up next, Cara and Guillermo's trip spirals into accusations, slam doors, and a meltdown that fans are calling a slow-motion car crash. Let's get into it. Cara and Guillermo were billed as one of the lighter storylines this season. Their trip was supposed to be about reconnecting, smoothing over bumps, and proving they could survive post-honeymoon drama. Instead, what viewers got was a slow-motion car crash. It all started with Cara bringing up the cheating narrative. She accused Guillermo of stepping out, hinting that his late nights weren't just about hanging with friends. Guillermo, not one to back down, flipped the script by suggesting maybe Cara was projecting, that she was the one staying out late, claiming it was for networking in the music scene. The tension boiled over during dinner. Cara pressed him, begging Guillermo to look her in the eye and deny it. He did, but fans noticed how shaky the denial felt. One Twitter user wrote, "That man's acting like he's auditioning for a soap, not defending his marriage." Another joked, "I've seen more sincerity in a Maury lie detector segment." Meanwhile, Guillermo accused Cara of staying out late for clout while she insisted she was hustling for her singing career. The argument escalated until Cara declared she no longer believed Guillermo was her person. Cue the dramatic hotel door slam, complete with Guillermo standing there in shock like he couldn't believe fire was hot after playing with matches. Fans instantly turned the scene into a meme. Reddit lit up with the thread titled, "The Door Slam Heard Around the Fandom." TikToks are already circulating with slow-motion edits of Cara storming out, set to breakup ballads. But beneath the memes, there's real exhaustion in the fandom. Viewers are calling Cara and Guillermo's storyline draining, saying it's the same fight recycled week after week. One fan summed it up perfectly. Either break up or shut up, because watching this is emotional whiplash. Another added, "This couple needs therapy off camera, not another TLC paycheck." And yet, TLC knows exactly what it's doing. By dragging out this saga, they've turned Cara and Guillermo from a side plot into headline grabbers.
Every episode, the tension inches higher, and fans tune in just to see if this is the week they finally implode for good. The irony? This chip was literally pitched as their reset button. Instead, it magnified every insecurity, every doubt, every flaw in their relationship. Cara's accusations landed like grenades. Guillermo's defensiveness poured fuel on the fire, and now the internet is betting on when, not if, this couple calls it quits. With all the slammed doors and tearful ultimatums, fans are already speculating whether production is nudging them toward drama. Some even think Cara's fiery exit was staged for maximum effect. Either way, it worked because people are still talking, still debating, still choosing sides.
Don't touch that dial because the drama isn't slowing down. If anything, it's getting weirder. Up next, Tim Malcolm isn't just a TLC regular. He's running a luxury custom gun business that's making him serious money, and fans are shook at what he's really worth. Tim Malcolm has always been one of the most unique personalities in the 90-Day universe. With his sharp fashion sense, love of cosmetics, and witty comebacks, he's been a polarizing figure on screen. But now, the spotlight is shifting to what he does off camera, and spoiler alert, it's lucrative. Tim owns and operates a company in North Carolina called Gringo Guns, a business specializing in custom engraving, gold plating, and stainless steel polishing of rare and exotic firearms. And we're not talking about ordinary handguns here. These pieces are treated like fine art. In Tim's own words, I make the gun more like a painting than an actual firearm. Fans first learned about this side hustle back in Season 3 of Before the 90 Days, when Tim casually mentioned he did custom gun work. But it wasn't until his recent social media posts that people realized just how big the business really is. He's shown off stunning one-of-a-kind pieces, including a gold-plated revolver and a stainless steel cannon that left fans' jaws on the floor. Recently, Tim even posted a video of himself shooting a 10-gauge short-barreled cannon, yes, a literal cannon, while rocking a black t-shirt. The clip went viral on Reddit, with one user writing, "Tim has been clowning us all this time. Dude's out here living like a James Bond villain." So how much does he actually make? Reports suggest Tim's net worth is between $1 and $5 million, thanks to the combination of his TLC paychecks, his Pillow Talk appearances with ex Veronica, and his thriving gun business. He's also dabbled in writing. His LinkedIn once revealed he wrote for Matchflick.com, and he even keeps the fan base fed with regular updates across Instagram and Facebook. But the custom gun empire is what has fans shook. Collectors are apparently willing to pay top dollar for Tim's unique craftsmanship. One fan on Reddit gushed, "He does some beautiful work. These are more like museum pieces than weapons." Another added, "Imagine telling people your golden pistol was made by a 90-Day Fiancé star. Iconic." And let's not forget, this is Tim Malcolm we're talking about. He's been dragged in the past for rumors about his sexuality, for his tight jeans, for the way he applies more moisturizer than half the cast combined. But the fact that he's now being praised for building a serious business empire, fans are saying it's the ultimate clapback. Even more fascinating is how seamlessly Tim balances both worlds. By day, he's polishing rare firearms for elite collectors. By night, he's giving snarky commentary on Pillow Talk with Veronica. It's the perfect TLC hustle. One foot in reality TV fame, the other in a business that's quietly making him rich. If you loved the drama, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a single messy update. Drop your hottest take in the comments, and don't forget to follow us across socials for all the tea between uploads.